Okay, welcome everybody to our Preserving Audio Memories class. And we've actually got a patron here, Sister Hare. That's okay. But anyway, she's gonna, after we're done here, she's gonna use the reel-to-reel digitizer back there in the corner. So we're gonna get some reel-to-reel experience. Okay, I'm Glenn Whicker. I think I know everybody here except for you. Your name is what?
Michelle.
Michelle?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, good to have you here. So why would we be interested in preserving audio? You've got music tape. Is it you playing the piano or what?
When my parents remodeled our home when we were growing up, my dad put in a reel-to-reel and speakers in the house and recorded some of our favorite songs. And so my dad just passed away last month, and I want to.
Oh, so they're like commercial songs. They're not you or family.
No, they're not. They're commercial songs that we dance and sing to.
That's great. And you said you had something?
Back in the pre-internet days, say the 1980s, a lot of times we had family and friends overseas. We didn't have, so we would send cassette tapes. We would just talk on tapes, send the missionaries back or in the military, that type of thing. We had a lot of tapes of what we sounded like 30, 40 years ago.
Yeah, that was fun to remember. And those tapes will eventually disintegrate. So it's good to digitize it. Anybody else? What do you have? Keith?
Led Zeppelin, CC Top.
Okay. That's good stuff. Do you do any audio, Michelle?
I haven't done any yet, but I know there's some recordings of like my mom's, her senior piano recital.
Oh, fun.
My grandparents singing together.
Oh, that is even funner. That's a grandparents sing together. I've got a couple of them. Do you have anything, Rose, that you like to?
I used to always do a whole bunch of audio recordings of interviews. So I have tons of them that need to be.
Who were you interviewing?
Everyone. That's what I did
Family?
years ago. I would teach when I was teaching oral history interviews.
Oh, wow.
And so I got a whole bunch of them. That need to be done.
What are they on? Reel-to-reel?
Just-
No cassettes? Okay, well, that's awesome.
And these little teeny mini, you used to have a mini TV
Yeah.
that you take in and
We can do the mini cassettes too, here.
that's what they're on.
So you're here, let's say you're a 12-year-old teenager. You probably got some 12-year-old grandchildren, no, not that old yet. Are they you hand them a family history here written? Or you offer them an audio version of what's on there. Which one do you think they're more likely to want to look at? Huh? They're gonna want to listen to the audio. I like listening to audio. So my grandmother gave me a journal that thick, and it's really hard to read through. But what I do is turn it into audio, and then I listen to it while I'm driving. And I can share it with my brothers and sisters too. So I'm going to show you some tools and tricks to making it easier. So if you look at your handout here, we got three. The essential questions are why audio, which we've talked about here. Then we've got audio memories that you already own that you want to preserve, and that's what you guys have all told me about that you have. So that's item number 2. But then we also have memories that we want to create from our living ancestors. For example, if our parents are still alive, we might want to do like Rose did and do audio interviews. And then the third option is to leave audio memories of ourselves to our progeny. So I think all three of those are really important pieces of the puzzle. You've talked about reel-to-reel, like Sister Hare has. We got cassettes, we got mini cassettes you've talked about. What about old CDs? Does anybody have any old CDs that have audio on them? I mean, audio memories. You got CDs with Led Zeppelin, I guess, right? So those can be preserved also. Those can be converted into a more modern format. And then you probably have a bunch of files on your computers or on flash drives that have been sitting around for years that you don't know what to do with.
You know anyone that has 8-track tapes? You have 2 8-track
Oh,
tapes.
8-track tapes, that's what,
And I sold my boat with the 8-track player, I could have rigged it up.
I never even thought about 8-track tapes. I forgot about those.
Yep.
Yeah,
I've got a 4-track tape.
you got a 4-track. Really? Well, we better go out on eBay and find an 8-track player, maybe. But those are all gonna be commercial. Those aren't gonna be personal, right? I don't think anybody recorded personally.
They did.
Did they really?
A couple of funerals and,
Really?
yeah, isn't that weird?
I did not know that.
You know what to do with it.
Well-
Are you talking about the big ones, those big, huge?
No, those are beta video. 8-tracks, yeah. They're
Big tracks were the ones you put into.
in the car. Yeah.
The tape.
Oranges.
Yeah, yeah. Man, I haven't even thought about 8-tracks for ages. That's a good thing. Okay, so the main tool that can be used to fix audio tapes, because you're gonna find a lot of scratches and you're gonna find volume way too low and you're gonna find long periods of nothingness that you want to cut out. The best tool that I've found for that is called Audacity, and I've got it up here. If you go to audacity.com, that's not going to get you there. That's a different company. You have to go, just search for Audacity, and it's the first one that'll come up, but it's actually audacityteam.org is the actual website for it. But you want to download Audacity, and you're going to be able to do a lot with audio type things. If you look at your handout here, I want to just give you a short little primer on types of audio files that you're going to see. There's more than these, but these are the main ones. And I've got them color coded on your handout here so that you can tell which ones we're talking about. But if you look at the ones highlighted in yellow, those are uncompressed audio files. So they're like in photos, if you have a photo that's taken with a Nikon camera, it's going to be a very large file. But if you convert it to a JPEG, it'll be compressed and made into a much smaller file. Same thing with audio. WAV and AIF and DSV are uncompressed files, audio files, and they're going to be larger. Take up more space, more memory. Then you've got compressed files that are lossless. So what that means is that those files, like an M4A, is compressed when it's made, but when you play it, it uncompresses. So it takes up less storage space. But it doesn't lose any quality at all. Because when it's played, it expands. So that you can store more on a smaller storage device. And that's the ones highlighted in green. And then MP3s, which are probably the most used nowadays, MP3 format, are compressed, but they have lost some of the digits, in the digital file. So they lose a little bit of quality, but it's not going to be enough quality for you to worry about unless you've got a symphonic orchestra playing or something. So I've shown you the different tags to each type of file, and then highlighted in red are the only three types of audio files that are accepted in FamilySearch memories. You can upload them into FamilySearch memories. And you'll notice that they allow one of each type of file. So if you find a file that's a OGG, which I have found a few files that are OGG, you're not going to be able to put them in the FamilySearch memories. You're going to have to first convert them to one of these three files that FamilySearch memories accepts. Okay, and you do that conversion in this same program, Audacity, that will allow you to convert, to clip, to enhance the volume, to take out noises, background noises, all that kind of stuff. This class is not going to teach you how to do all those tricks But I just want to introduce you to the actual software. So I've got Audacity loaded on here. And if you try and load it on one of the computers out here, well, some of them already have it, but it won't let you load it unless you have somebody with admin privileges log in. So this is what Audacity looks like. And I'm gonna not install the update right now because we don't care about that at the moment. And this is what it looks like. So it looks kind of like a tape recorder up here at the top. It's got the red record button that you're all familiar with, the green play button, the double track pause button, and the rewind and the fast forward, just like any VCR or whatever. And when you load a file, yeah, we probably haven't loaded a file in here, have we? I don't know. I didn't think about that. Let's see if we got anything. No. I'll have to get my flash drive out here. I should have preloaded a file. Sorry about that. So I'm gonna see if I have any audio even on here. I don't think I do. Okay, well, we'll do that in a minute. I'll download one from FamilySearch here in a second.
I'll give you one of mine, man.
You got one, Rania? Okay, let's do it. Get this all ready on my own computer, and then I come over here and I forget that that's not gonna happen on the computer. Okay. So let's do this. So which one's it gonna be in?
I think for a second, you know what, I'm sorry, it might be on this one.
Yeah, these look like photos. It's
Yeah.
under scanned photos.
Yeah, technically, probably, let's call the file on this one, let's see.
Okay.
That works.
Okay, well, let's just go file, open, and navigate over to your drive. And
CRS 132, I think.
CRS 130, yeah, okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay, which one do you want to open? The most embarrassing one.
They're all embarrassing.
Oh,
But I think the two on top are the ones that I recorded most recently.
okay.
I don't know which one came first, because it's two sides.
Okay, now here's another thing that I forgot to put on the handout that you're gonna want to write down. If you use our little tape recorder back here, we have a cassette player in the family room right here. That all you have to do is stick your USB into it and hit play and record, and it'll record it directly onto there, which is what you've done here.
Right.
And, but if you took that file straight off of that player, that recorder, and tried to upload it to FamilySearch, it will upload. It'll show that it's uploaded, but it will not play. So you have to convert from that tape recorder. You have to convert this file in Audacity to get it to play in FamilySearch anyway. Okay, so you saw that it was converting as it loaded it. So that's a really important thing. And if you do this at home, Audacity is completely freeware. There's no cost to it at all. If you do this at home, when you first try and import this file that we just did, it will say it's an unrecognized file type, and you have to download a plugin that's called what's it called, Keith? FF something. Anyway, it'll tell you, try downloading the FF plugin, and you just download that plugin and then it'll work. So here's our file. We hit play. And it's not very loud.
Just a couple days ago, he returned from
Okay, so let's say that it's That's as loud as I can get it, but I want it louder. I'm just gonna show you a couple of little things in Audacity. There's a lot more to it. But we're gonna go up here to Effect, and we're gonna go to Volume. And we're gonna amplify the volume. Okay, you see that? So it says I have to select which part of the audio I want to amplify. It doesn't know what I want to amplify right now. So it says, for example, Control plus the letter A to select all, and then try again. So I'm going to hit the Control button and the letter A for all. And now you see how the entire audio file is selected. Now I go to Effect, Volume, Amplify, and it comes up with a preset. It says right now it's at a -0.241, and it wants to know what do I want to bring it up to, and it says probably a 00. That's preset. You can change that, but that's I usually just leave that completely alone because it usually knows what it's talking about. And I'm just going to hit Apply, and then it will apply the amplification. And now when we play it without changing the volume at all,
Early on Saturday.
it's louder. We want it to be even louder, we could amplify again.
And then just a couple days ago.
And to amplify it again, it remembers what you did last time. So you go back to amplify now, and wait a minute. Effect. Repeat amplify right there. So it's going to repeat the same magnitude of amplification as it did the first time, and it's going to do it again. So you can see it applying it. And now we play.
Early on Saturday, it's 9 o'clock.
They're setting distortion.
A couple days ago.
Well, I can if you get it too loud.
Oh,
Yeah, I can if you get it too loud. So I'm not going to save this. I'm going to let you play with this yourself.
Same thing possible on a clip that we may have done of my dad.
Yep.
Talking or speaking.
Yep.
And so it's a video, and you can do the amplification on that also.
You can, you'd have to use a video editor to
So
do.
this is just for audio.
This is just audio, but you can separate the audio on that and then reinsert it. But there's a video editor that's very similar to this that you could use that on. I can show you sometime. Yes. Oh, what is on there? Okay, so now this clip that he's got here looks like it's 47 minutes long. That's too long to go into FamilySearch. The limit in FamilySearch is 15 megabytes per file. So you usually get about 15 minutes of audio for 15 megabytes. So this one's probably going to have to be split into 3 separate sections.
and Glenn, that was just one side of the cassette tape. So this whole recording is gonna be about an hour and a half long.
Wow. So you're going to have to
Really chop it up.
really chop it up. So I'll show you what I've done. And you know, and maybe FamilySearch isn't the best place to keep it. If you got a really long one, but there are other places to store it, which I'm going to show you at the end here. So I'm going to go to, I've got it already. So down here on my thing, my handout for you, where did I say? Oh, here we go. Split along interview. I'm going to show you, this is what I had to do for my grandfather's audio. That's going to probably make me sign in here. So here's my grandfather and all the memories related to him. And down here, I've got his life story, part 1 or part 2, I don't know which is which. And his life story, part 2. So yeah, that's part 2. And I named them part 2. So that we know that's part 2, and the other one then is part 1, because the in here, it doesn't show the full title for some reason. But anyway, I've got those in there. When I first put them in there, it looked just like this, except that instead of having 00 to 11 minutes and 35 seconds, it had 00 to 00. And when I hit play, nothing happens. So until I brought it into Audacity and converted it in Audacity, would it not play?
Hi, Glenn.
And so you can hear,
Tell you
even
something.
though he had a very weak voice, I was able to amplify it enough that it's pretty clear. So that's how you would split up a file that's too long. And the way you do that, I'm gonna just demonstrate. This is something that you'll have to play with yourself. But what you do is, let's say we wanted this last 17 minutes. We'll see if we can get 17 minutes here. I'm going to select see my little steel bar there. I'm going to start here at about the 32-minute mark and go to the right and select the rest of the tape. And I'm going to right click on that and cut that. No, not cut, copy, because I'm going to leave the original file alone. I'm going to copy that, and then I'm going to go over here to a new file. And oh, that's interesting. I'll open it anyway. I'll open that one. I'll open a different copy of that one. I'm going to keep my original file like it is. So if I mess up, I can always go back to it. So I'm going to take everything before that and cut it. And then I'm going to save this last portion as my new project. So I'm going to export the audio from here, and I'm going to export it to the computer. Audio.com is another place where you can share, but you're going to have to buy the storage space. And we're going to call this test. And notice that it's in a WAV format. So is that compressed or uncompressed? Looking at your notes there. It's uncompressed, so it's going to be larger than it needs to be. So I might be able to get more. I don't think I'll be able to get more than 15 minutes, but let's try. So I'm going to change it to an MP3 files, because if you look, you could save it as a wave, but it's going to take up more room, and you only have 15 megabytes per segment. So save it as an MP3, export it, and then let's see how big the file is. Where did it export it to? It exported it to somewhere here in Audacity. So it's under Audacity. There's my file. It's not showing me how big it is, so I got to tell it to show me the details and show. I'll just right click on here and show size. There we go. So that's only, whatever I did there is only 8 megabytes. So it's only, I could make it twice as long as I thought by making it an MP3 instead of, and that's 15 minutes. So I could, looks like we can almost get 30 minutes if you do it into as an MP3. I think I saved my grandpa's in WAV instead of remembering to convert it to MP3 and compressing it. Yes.
Convert the whole thing to an MP3 and then cut it up, because you would know where you were.
That would be smarter. Good idea. Write yourself a note about that.
So let's edit any of those files.
Yes.
And is there a difference in quality or something?
Well, MP3, like I say, is compressed, so you do lose some digits in there, but not enough for voice. You're not even going to be able to hear the difference. If it was a symphony orchestra, then I'd be more worried about it. Okay. Yeah, Led Zeppelin. Yeah.
All that content.
So Jane, that's an excellent point. Converted the whole thing to MP3 first. See, you guys are so smart. That's why I like to come to these classes, because I learn so much.
Then you could do splits, right?
Yeah, and then do the splits, because then you'll have a much more accurate idea of how much you can take in a 15 megabyte chunk. Okay, so I'd also write in big letters that you must convert when we're talking about using the, no, we didn't even talk about using the recorder here. You have to convert it in Audacity, or it will not play in FamilySearch. So remember that big deal in the Air Force, whenever the instructor stomps his foot, that means this is gonna be on the test. So that's a test item.
The Air Force cheats?
No, they emphasize. Okay. All right, so that's a good one. Any questions about using Audacity to split files, or using Audacity to increase volume, or using Audacity to convert file types? Yeah, I'm taking some notes. Okay. So that's, and then you all know how, well, I assume that you all know how to get things up into FamilySearch. If we were to take that test file up here, we would go log into FamilySearch, go to Memories, Gallery, or go to the person that it's going to be attached to. In this case, I'm just going to upload his test file, so it's not really attached to anybody. I'm going to hit the big plus sign here and then choose the files that we just got, that we just created in Documents under Audacity, test number 3. And it's going to create a new memory right here. And once this memory is loaded, I can click on it and it'll get bigger like this. And then I'm going to go over here and edit the title right down here. Edit the title to whatever it is. I'll just call it test again. And add a place, a date, and a description if I want to. And I can tag people by clicking the tag people in the bottom right here. And find the person. Let's see if he comes up here. He won't because he's alive. But maybe his dad will. Okay, I'm just going to add his name. I'm going to delete this afterwards. So don't worry. It's not going to be attached to the real person because he's still alive. And notice that it is defaulted to public. That means that anybody in the world can find this. If you don't want people to find this, then you have to go over to the pencil and choose private. But here's the bad part about private, is that now only you can see it. Your children can't see it. Your grandchildren can't see it. Your aunts, uncles, cousins, nephews can't see it. And if you died tomorrow, no one's ever going to see it. So I highly recommend that you keep it as public, because then it is usable. Because what I can do now is I'm going to submit the editing that I just did down here. And then now I can share it. So if I wanted to share it via Facebook, Messenger, Twitter, WhatsApp, Line, email, link, or download, I can do that. And I can send it to anybody. Either send them the QR code here that it generates, or the actual URL, copy it into an email. And if I sent this link to Jane right now, even though she's not related to me and she's not related to Brother Klein, she'll be able to click on it and it will take her directly to this page, and this is what she'll see. Only she won't see all the menu items up here. She'll just see the actual file and she can click on it and play it. So this is a misunderstanding that a lot of consultants have, that a memory on a living person is not visible to the world and is not. But I can find it on anybody. So I'll prove that to you. Won't embarrass you, will I, Jane, if I find something on you? I don't even know your maiden name. I'll let, okay, all right, I'm gonna go to memories, go to overview. And I'm going to,
So you're finding a living person.
yeah, I'm gonna find her. And I go to find memories and I'm gonna search for, in quotes, Jane Hare. Let's see if there's anything. There's a Jane Hare with an E. But see, they're not, these aren't my relatives. These are somebody else's relatives. What's a more unusual name in your family than Jane? Downey?
Downey is my main.
Okay, let's do Jane Downey alone. See what you get. There you go. There's Mary Jane Downey. You recognize any of these people? Do you have a sister or a brother with a more unusual first name? Like,
Jane, Sarah, Beth, Aaron, those are all pretty.
Yeah.
It's living still.
who's got a living relative who has an unusual name? That's not gonna be so common. What do you got?
Idiot.
Well, if there's a memory in FamilySearch. Yeah, so
Search and family search.
memories in FamilySearch. Yeah,
You got some.
You can search me if you want.
okay.
Just stuff like. Oh,
Okay, so we'll search Rose. And there she is with her husband right there. And she's a living person.
But where's that photo located? Does that tell you?
Let's see.
Will it go into her account?
It says that Rose contributed to that. And that it came off of Facebook. And that's about all I can tell, and the date that it was uploaded. That's about all I can do, but I could.
It's done in 2016. That was a long time ago.
Okay, now let's say, this is gonna take us right into our next topic. She uploaded this picture, so I can't attach an audio directly to her picture. If I uploaded this picture, I could talk into the computer right now and it would attach the audio directly to this picture, which I'll show you in a minute.
Is that
Well-
uploaded to her page?
No, it just uploaded to this picture. It's one picture.
No, but where did you upload that to?
It's family.
It might be on my.
No, It's on her FamilySearch memory. No, no. Oh, okay, but it's you that uploaded it. So she now could find this on her phone, pull up this picture and talk about this picture, and that audio will be attached to the picture.
And it has to be an Audacity that she's doing.
No,
Oh, okay.
no. Audacity is just for editing whatever you've got.
Oh, okay.
You can just talk directly. But if let's say she's my aunt and she uploaded this, but now she's passed away. So now I want to tell something about this photo that I remember. How could I do that?
Go out, put it in your record.
Yep, I could duplicate.
Yeah,
I could duplicate the photo. I could do that. That's one way. Yes, here's what I would do. I would go up here to the comments. I would just talk into the phone and say, hey, this is 2018 at our family reunion. And Rose was the star of the show, the talent show there, and tell about how she sung and danced. Okay, and then I'd save that audio to my FamilySearch memory and hit the share button to get a link to it. And then I'd go in here into comments where the actual picture is. And I'd say, see my audio and then I'd paste the link to my audio. And then anybody that comes in here would have to copy and paste my link into a browser and they'd be able to hear my comments on this picture. It's not attached directly to the picture except by typewritten link.
Can you do a QR code, to your audio instead of? The link?
The comments won't accept a QR code.
What's the real advantage of making it audio?
Because I'll show you. That's a good question. Okay. She had a question, what's the advantage of doing audio instead of just a typewritten comment? Well, here's one that I think is interesting, and this is part 2 of your handout here. I'm going to show you what I did with my mother before she died here. I'm going to go to this.
Can I stop you?
Yeah.
Can you go back to part 1, number 3?
Okay.
About how a story written by a deceased ancestor turned into audio.
I'm going to show you that later on. That's step 4.2. Okay, that's coming up. Oh, wow. I guess we're running out of time, aren't we? Anyway, here's a link about how to add audio to pictures on FamilySearch.org. But let me show you an example. Right. Let's see. Oh, I didn't do it. Okay, I'm going to go back to my memories. I'm going to go to my gallery. And you notice the filters up here by the icons. You can find all your audio memories by clicking on the headphones, and just audio pops up, okay? So that's an easy way to get to your audio ones. But what doesn't pop up is any pictures that have audio attached to them. So what you have to do for that is you got to filter for pictures here, and then scroll down and you'll find those little audio headphone icons on top of the picture. So see that? That has an audio attached to it. But I want to find one with a real picture. That's a document. Well, I'll search for my mom. So what I did with my mom for the last 2 years of her life is every Wednesday, I went and visited her and spent 3 hours with her every Wednesday. And we'd pull up pictures and I'd have her talk about that picture. So see all these with the audio things? So this is a picture of her when she was just 10 years old, and she told me about this picture. Let's see, they changed it again. They used to have the player right here on here, and they just changed it, and it makes me so mad when they do that. Yeah. Oh, you have to go to information, the information button, and there's the audio down here to the right. And see, this isn't very loud. I should have increased the audio. But she's telling me exactly what was going on in this picture. And that's preserved in her voice forever now, because we took the time to have her talk into the phone. So I really want you guys to get the use of this. So if you have your phone, take it out real quick. I'm going to show you how easy this is. And you should do this with any living relative that you think may not last forever. And I don't know if any of them are. Okay, go to if you have the app, just go to your Memories app. If you don't, go to FamilySearch. The Memories is a separate app that you can use. And that's what we use. It's the quickest way to get to it. And then when it opens up, all your memories pop up, but go to find, using the menu at the top left, the pancake stack. Go to find and find somebody, some picture that you might want to tell a story about. But it doesn't have to, just any picture right now. Has to be one that you uploaded. You cannot add audio memory this method to somebody who, to a picture that somebody else uploaded. Yeah, that's interesting. it's finding everything, it's not finding just mine.
Yeah, I'm having the same thing.
Yeah, so I guess I'm gonna have to go to Family Tree and I'm gonna pick a picture of myself. And just. Okay, so I found a picture. Of my, it's actually a picture of a newspaper article. And I'm gonna go to the top right, shish kebab there, menu. And, well. Change things.
You're just trying to record audio on that picture, right?
Oh, that's where it is. No, that's top.
So
Yeah,
on the iPhone, it's down at the bottom.
what does it say?
You can hit the microphone. Record audio.
Okay.
You wouldn't know about those brand X phones, though.
Okay, there it is. So you have to hit the plus sign before you get to the actual thing.
Oh, man.
Oh, I got it. Oh,
Right. And then you see add audio
yeah.
or record audio. Okay, it'll give you a countdown. Well, mine is asking me to, if I want to use these questions, these leader questions, but I don't want to do that. I just want to hit begin recording. And then it'll give you a start button. There's give you a start. And then when you hit start, it's gonna count down 3, 2, 1. So. Well, it didn't this time.
So like on my iPhone, it says you got 5 minutes, but is that just 5 minutes? That's it?
Exactly 5 minutes, yeah.
But yet when you do an MP3, you can get more on it.
Yes, that is true.
When you begin recording, do you have a chance to listen to it before you actually attach it? Or does it automatically attach?
It will, I don't know what it does nowadays.
It will automatically attach,
Yeah.
but you can attach
You
it
can
as
delete
private, go back in and edit before you.
Yeah.
That, cause I, a lot of times will just come and turn this on and push it while people are talking,
Mhm.
and it'll go right on, but if you put it on private, but then I'm taking it down, that's if you take out anything that's offensive or.
Yeah.
Because when people's just talking, it's not the nicest.
So it used to give you a countdown, 3, 2, 1, and then you start talking. This time it just went straight to it. So they've changed that too. But anyway, that's a great way to preserve. I mean, I've got wonderful memories of my mother's voice. And I didn't think to do this with my father, who died 2 years before. I do have some audio of him, but I didn't do it on the app, so it's not quite as slick. So anyway, that's a good way to do it. And then we've got, what was the question that we were going to try and get to here that you had, Keith?
Number 1 per straight.
Oh yeah, so we're gonna need to go down to number 4.
So you'd have to read that story to get that, right?
No, you could.
Okay, so
You could, but let's say it's a female and you're a male and you want it told in a female's voice. Well, there's this great little thing I'm gonna show you. In fact, I think I've got a link in. So, I guess I didn't put a link to it. So let's just go do it. So it's called Mike Monster. Oh, Mike Monster's shutting down. Ooh. Shutting down. Oh.
Really don't be close, it says.
Huh?
Over to the right,
What did it say?
go back. Where is the information over to the right there? It says it's permanent. Oh, maybe it's the location.
Yeah, I don't know. It's it's still there. But here's what I did. I found well, can't get to it right now. Can't remember my password. Anyway, but what Mike Monster does is you copy and paste the text and then you choose a voice and it'll read it and you download it as an audio and you can attach it to
So it's like Siri, you can
Yeah.
pick an Australian
Yeah.
female or something.
yeah, you pick whatever voice you want. Yeah.
They have, they on that one.
I don't know.
On that line, I know that I've just seen that they have, if you have over 2 minutes of voice of one of your ancestors,
Uh-huh.
there's an app that you can put that in and it will read it in their voice.
Yeah. I tried that at Roots Tech with my dad.
Yeah.
And it wasn't very accurate. It didn't really sound
It's
like
getting
him,
better.
but it's getting better all the time.
It's
Yeah.
getting really big.
Yeah.
The last one, wow, that's
Yeah.
pretty
So
good.
you
Oh,
have to,
If you have 2 minutes of them talking,
Yeah.
it can, the voice generate, AI will mimic the way that talks.
Yeah.
Spooky.
Yeah,
it
it's-
is spooky.
It's fun though.
It's like the guy who died in his funeral, they played that British guy. Him counting like he was in the.
Oh, man.
As the final joke, he was quite the jokester, and so they're all listening to him saying, let me out, let me out.
Well, I mean, years and years ago, remember when they put Natalie Cole with her dad singing?
yeah, I remember that.
That was awesome, and that was a long time
Crazy
ago.
awesome. Yeah.
So one last thing, and then we gotta quit, is this is one thing, my brother was a great guitar singer and writer, but he never broke into the business. But anyway, I have some demo tapes of his, and I didn't want to keep them just as music. So I went to veed.io there on the bottom of your thing, and I made his audio into a little video. And the reason I did that is because now I can store his audio files as videos on my YouTube channel.
Wow.
So, and it's free, completely free.
That's a good thing.
So what I can do now is I can put this link in my brother's memories, and people can go hear his song and see him playing the guitar all at once. So anyway, those are just some things that I've done. There's so much you could do.
So when you copy and paste, it has to be typed.
Yes, you can, in the stories and FamilySearch, it won't become an actual clickable link. You have to actually copy and paste the entire URL, but it's a way to do it. Any questions I can answer for you?
I want to hear that song.
When will the updated version be out? Well, simple things.
I'll do it real soon. This is. He's got dozens of songs. So,
Does Audacity work on that?
John Denver.
yeah, it is kind of what?
Does Audacity work on that? Or
Oh,
do you
yeah.
have something that does?
Well,
We don't
I
know.
believe so. I never touch
It's
them
not
out.
window based or.
Use your left hand to do it.
Let's see. Audacity, I think it may not be, actually. I think I may have read.
Find it.
Oh, yeah, it does. There it is.
Oh, you can just download a different one. Okay.
Yep.
Perfect.
It's a different version. Okay, that's all we got. Thanks.
Awesome.
I think there's a lot we can do with audio that is worthwhile. So let's do your little thing real quick. Keith will show you how to do it.
Oh,
No, I'm
yes,
just.
you shift the, I'm the worst shifter ever, and I'm never there. You shift it.
Oh, it's a real one.
Yeah, have you seen how we do that? You came to that class?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
Oh, there's your guinea pig right there.
It was working a long time ago. It didn't work.
And so the way to know for sure that it's audio is by this, what it's on. Because obviously these.
Yeah, video has, hold for the.
Right, okay. So that.
One lady bringing a whole box full of them. The giant videos, and they were all audio.
This is audio. I have no idea. I mean, this says what they are.
So those are video.
Oh, these are video, there's a lot, I think it's.
Okay, you wanna do that one first?
Yeah, I don't, like I said, I don't.
Bring it over here. and let- Oh, I don't need to do one of these now. Man, we really ought to stop my recording also.
Did you learn anything?
Yeah. Well, good, good, I've already done previous, I'm kind of with it. And this would be really helpful.
It is.
That would be